dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got his mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they planning. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to Cannon Speaks. I am Cannon Hotep. And alongside me today is my man Hotep with it.
What's going on, family?
I appreciate you joining me. Y'all been wanting to get you on for a minute, y'all. I figured this would be a perfect one, y'all. I wanted you yesterday, but we still gonna get your take on what the fuck happened with that Tyree Nichols stuff. Yeah, man. We gotta talk about that.
First of all, appreciate you having me on. It's been a long time coming for sure.
Straight up. I finally got me a new chat, whatever you want to call it, like a new chat pop out. Now I got Rumble where I could look at it. I could pop out a Rumble joint. That's what I'm talking about right there. So I can now say I can see Rumble and I can see YouTube at the same time. I'm happy about that. Kind of sucks that Rumble don't have the avatars pop up, but that's cool. It's, we making progress. For real. Anyway, guys, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. Please share this stream. Let people know we live. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. You know what I mean? I can use some constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Constructive, y'all, not destructive. Constructive. You know how they be, y'all.
Yeah.
They be on your head. There we go. They be on your head, bro. So,
real.
Yeah. So check, yo. Question: you been keeping up with that show, The Last of Us?
Yeah, I watched episode 3 last night. First, they gonna get an Emmy, bro. That show is fire. I like it.
Yeah. What you think about?
No, go ahead.
What you think about the with Frank? Right, because in the game Frank was dead.
I ain't never played a video game.
Oh, you never played the game?
I went into the show blind, but my first impression of Frank was about that action. Frank was about that action. Wait, because Frank was the guy that stumbled across his compound. So Frank was the dude that was in the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, hold on. Bill was about that.
Action. Yeah.
Frank played the game
right
and bought himself, what was it, like 15, 16 more years? He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. Of course he knew what he was doing. Now you got people, up in arms, right? They like, yo, really? They gonna put this in there? Here we gonna go woke again, right? Now I'm be the first person to say that I was the same way. I'm like, come on, yo, really? This what y'all gonna do? This ain't in the game. This ain't in the game. Like, why y'all doing this? Like, but then I was like, aside from the whole bedroom scene, spoiler alerts, guys, I thought it was a decent episode for real.
Yeah, that was cringe, and to hear you say that's not in the video game, I'm thinking that's the main reason they put it in the show, because it was in the game, so they had to emphasize on it.
I think in the game he was dead. I think Frank had already died in the game, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Damn! So they took the opportunity to
shoehorned it in.
Different audience.
Yeah, they shoehorned it in, and they said it at the end. You know how they do like the recap of the show. They said, "Well, we feel if it's better." If it's better than the game, then we'll add it. But if it's if it's not, then we'll stick to the basically to the source material. Oh. So I guess they thought that was better, and I'm like,
they could have left that out.
Yeah, I was like, y'all could have left that out. We didn't need that backstory for real. We really didn't need that backstory. That episode, like you just said, they wanted that episode so they could get an Emmy. They wanted to secure that Emmy. But aside from that, it's a good show.
Yeah.
That first episode. Like if you ain't played the game, anybody that played the game, that first episode when they was trying to escape the city or the town, that's how it happens in the game. That shit was fire. I'm like,
at the beginning when he's still in Texas with his brother and his daughter.
Yeah, when they try and get up out of there.
Oh, that's fire,
bro. That's how the game go. Like from the burning building, like the farm, to the, this how that whole shit went down. They added a few things like the backstory for the little girl, like cause you don't get that in the game. And a couple other little things, but the show dope, yo. I ain't gonna lie, the show dope. Now I could have did without this episode 3. I think they went a little Brokeback Mountain on episode 3.
Yo, they was on the Paul Pelosi.
Yeah, they was.
Oh, it was the hammer.
Even my wife was like, "Oh, come on, yo." She walked out. I can't do this. I can't watch this shit. I was like, "Yo, come on."
Cause there's ways to like. I get it, you know what I mean. All different audiences, but like that one, it was aggressive.
Yeah, it could have just been implied. It could have just been implied. You know what I mean?
Right.
You had to go to a whole fuck. I just fast forwarded through that shit. I was like, I don't need to see this. I don't need to see this. I just fast forwarded on. You know what I mean? But
now I'm mad I ain't played the game, because if I had played the game, I would have fast forwarded. I had to sit there and watch 30 minutes of this weird shit.
Yeah, I said, nah, fuck that. So I was like, geez, man. But other than that, the show fire, yo. I wonder if they're going to try to keep it going. You know what I mean? You know, try to do some Walking Dead type situation with it for real. Anyway, before we jump on
they
this,
don't push it out like 8-9 seasons. They should be good.
Don't jump the shark like The Walking Dead did. You know what I mean? They start going into some other shit. I stopped watching. I forgot when I stopped watching. I even tried to go back, and I was like, no, it's just I'm done. I'm over it.
I did the same thing. I stopped watching, and I had the same thought, like, man, let me give it a shot, catch up or whatever. And then I saw some picture. I think it was either on Instagram or Twitter, and they looked like samurai with all the armor, and I was like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm good.
Yeah, that's how it be. But y'all, make sure y'all share this stream. I'll let people know we live. Let's see what we got in the chat right now. We got Poppin' Eye Shelly in the building. What's going on? Who else we got? We got Sauce in the building. What's up, Sauce? YV, let's go. I hear that. We got Daisy Girl Williams in the building. We got over on Rumble. We got Carolina Frog in the building. What's going on? We got Handy Bob. What's up, Handy Bob? Steph Colonel, as always. Salute Steph Colonel in the building. DMW 247. What's going on, DMW? What else we got in here? We got Jay Pylon. What's going on, Jay? Hope you getting better, man. Hope you getting better, bro. We got Montoya. What's going on, Montoya? Appreciate you swinging through. What else we got in here? Yeah, and I'm sure more people will jump in as we keep it moving. But yeah, so we got 16 over on Rumble. We got 9 on YouTube so far. I'm pretty sure that the thumbnail YouTube is like skirt. You know what I mean? Because they ain't even put out the notification. They ain't even throw the notification out there. Yeah, they ain't even throw that joint up out there. So anyway, let's keep pushing. All right, so yo, since you didn't make it on yesterday, the Tyree Nichols stuff, yo. When you seen that, yo, how'd that hit you?
My first thought, I guess it was sad to watch. You know what I mean? For multiple reasons. First of all, they put out a video of somebody getting beat to death. Right. Like, in layman's terms, they beat that man to death. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it did trigger some emotion, but my first thought, honestly, was like, maybe this will wake people up and this will stop the racism.
Right.
That narrative, you know what I mean? Because for the first time we got it on camera, this happened to everybody.
Bro, yeah.
It's everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but you saw how they took that. They still was like, oh no, it's still white supremacy. I was like, all right.
Right, nah. Go. Like I said, there was some niggas doing some nigga shit. That's what that was.
Really?
You know what I mean? That brought back some like memories from back in the day, like when I be, you know, down in Baltimore. Like we had what was called, like I brought it up last night, we had what was called the knockers. You feel me? That's what we called the narcotics to cops. The one they jump out on you and shit. They would do that, yo. Like if they rolled up on you and you ran, you gonna miss them for you gonna miss them about 30 minutes to an hour, and they busting your ass in some alley, and then they drop you right back off in the neighborhood. You feel me?
Jeez.
We ain't had no cameras, they ain't no body cameras. They did whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? Especially because it depended on the neighborhood. If you're in a bad neighborhood, ain't nobody checking for you. You know what I mean? And then if you out there selling, what you gonna do? Go to the police?
Reason.
Right?
You can't tell.
Right? You gonna go
you
to
can't
the
say
police?
nothing.
Right? Yeah, I was on my corner, right? And then they rolled up. You know what I mean? Like, no, they ain't saying shit. And they were robbing dudes. You know what I mean? Like the show, like when I seen it. Go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna say, man, like it was bad, bro. Like I know I mentioned it on Twitter and I posted it. It looked personal. Like didn't look like your ordinary somebody getting jumped. I've seen people get jumped back in the day, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's just he on the ground, 5 dudes is hitting him at the same time. They was taking turns with Buddy. It's just like what did he do to y'all? You know what I mean?
Right.
And now it's all that gossiping and stuff going on. I don't we'll probably never know what really happened because the only person that could tell us, they killed him.
Exactly.
So now they running with this oh, he was talking to such and such ex-girlfriend, and I'm like, that's even worse.
Right. And
that's even worse.
And I don't even know if that's hearsay or what, but
right.
It looked personal.
Very.
You know what I mean?
Very.
That looked personal to me. That looked like either they was waiting for him to pull up around way to jump out on him, or they do that to everybody and he knew that, and he tried to make a run for his house.
And they was like, nah, because they made an example out of him.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
That was rough.
And then the fact that they was trying to, because Carolina Frog say, dude, Tyree, what effing cop goes after someone like that over a traffic stop? It was more than a traffic stop. It had to be.
It was deeper than that.
TAC forces and stuff like that. Like, there was something called the Scorpion Unit. They don't go after the traffic stops unless they looking to rob somebody. They looking to plant some shit.
Right. It's got to be something related to drugs or something bigger. It's never just he ran a stop sign. Let's just whoop on him.
Right.
It's deeper.
It's deeper than that. And then for them to not even license and registration, conduct a lawful stop, they just ran up on him to snatch him out the car. You know what I mean?
That was personal.
It's personal.
It was personal.
It was
100%.
personal. It had to be. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
And then on top of that, they did it under the blue lights. They did it under the cop camera. You feel me? And they had the body cam was on. So I'm like, that mean they do this shit all the time. They do this shit all the time. They used to it.
They was just like, oh,
right,
we got caught this time. So that's another thing about it. It makes you wonder, like you said, now we got cameras. How much of this shit was going on prior to the technological boom and the cameras and everything like that? But at the same time, even now, because they were so comfortable, and this is just one city, one instance, how much footage is really out there of shit to just get lost? You know what I mean?
Yep. How many complaints been filed against cops like that, and it just get thrown to the wayside? Right. You know what I mean? Because they wanted, like you said, they were trying to equate it to this is rooted in white supremacy. No, that's not rooted in white supremacy. No, they thought they was above the law. They thought they ran that little neighborhood. They was probably was trip. Right. They was on straight power trip, bro. That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Straight power trip. To watch that shit, man, and try to make an excuse for them, you bugging. Yeah, bro. I've been seeing that. I ain't engaged with none of it, but it's out there. So I spent a little time going through the comments and just looking at it. I'm like, bro, you out your damn mind. Because them same dudes that you sitting on the internet caping for, that you don't know these people. Right. You caping for them after watching them do this, they'll beat your ass. Exactly. Like the show I was saying last night, We Own This City on HBO Max. Mm-hmm. That happened in 2012 here in Baltimore. That's what it's based on. That shit actually went down. They was planting guns and shit on people, and guns and drugs and shit on motherfuckers. They was robbing drug dealers, going up in their house, yo, no warrant, snatching them up off the street, taking them to their house, running through their shit, robbing them, son. That shit legit happened. That's it legit crazy, happened. Bro. The biggest gang in America, right there. Biggest gang in America got a union. Yeah. And then I brought up Indiana. Indiana got a law where it's they I guess it's called the shoot a cop law. If you feel like your life being threatened by a cop that's unlawfully trying to take you out your car or your house, you got the right to defend yourself against that cop. Now, when I first heard about the law, I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's a slippery slope right there. But then when you hear about shit like this, it's I can't blame Indiana. Exactly. I can't blame them. Blame them because you got shit like this. Shit like this. I wish a neighbor or somebody would have saw that shit and walked out that bitch, or a couple of neighbors walked out that bitch strapped up and just pulled on the police. Guaranteed. I mean, at least started yelling at her just to know that they was being something. Right. And I know somebody heard that. That boy was up there screaming for his mama. And it was in his own neighborhood. They said he was 100 yards away from his own house. God damn. I guarantee somebody seen it. They looking out the window. They just ain't want to go out there. They knew what them boys was about because they've been doing that shit from Jump Street. I guarantee it. They was scared. They was like, if I go out here and say something, I'm next. They're gonna come over here and say I'm affiliated, associated. He was coming to my house or some shit. Yeah, they thought they afraid of that retaliation. You know what I mean? Because my man Kid Gravity brought up, we need to police our own neighborhoods. We need to be out there calling that shit out. Like the Jews do, like the mob used to do back in the day. You know what I mean? But I told him, I was like, You gotta have that camaraderie with your neighbors. Like back in the day, you knew 95% of your neighbors in your hood. You knew almost everybody. Yeah, like my mother was at work, and I was outside playing. Miss Joanne coming out her door. You do your homework. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's when you could get in trouble and your neighbor giving you a whooping. And then gonna tell your parent you get another whooping for it. Back in the day.
Y'all seen like Brandon? No, y'all seen Brandon? I seen him go around Lexington Street. He just walked around there. You know what I mean? Like that's what they would do. Like everybody kept an eye on everybody's kids. You know what I mean? Or everybody's property. You know what I mean? I remember a time I told a story last night where one of the dudes in the neighborhood, he was, he did his dirt or whatever, but he was out there smoking weed on the step. Cops pull up on him, the knockers pull up on him, slam him to the ground. They got his head all in the gutter. Fucking rat ran past his face and some more shit. It's in the rain. And they sitting there like, you smell like weed. I smell. They going off, right? But they don't know that his father was a sergeant for Baltimore City.
Oh shit!
But the neighbors was out there giving the police hell. Everybody on the street was out there giving these police hell. What is you doing? Da, 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 da. Like taking. I need your badge number. Blah. And one of the neighbors called his father. His father was on his way home from work. Father came up there, and the dude was capping like, yeah, Sarge, we got one of these. He was like, that's my fucking son. What the fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? I need all y'all badge numbers right now. Right.
Talking to your supervisor, we going up the ladder with this.
Yeah, they was like, well, he was one of their supervisors. They didn't know that was his son.
Oh, okay.
They didn't know that was his son. You know what I mean? I know he got a few of them niggas fired. You know
As he should have.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's what they would do around then, back then. If you was sitting on your own step, go in the house. Even if you're on your own property. You know what I mean? And if you didn't, you're going to disappear for a little bit. Come back, I'll beat the fuck up.
Like you said, take you back in one of them alleys. You come back with the what's his name? From Friday, come back with the lump.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I told another story. I used to do security. One of the dudes came to work. I'm like, yo, what happened to you? He had a big ass lump on his forehead. He's like, yo, I was out on the block, yo. Fucking knockers ran up on me, snatched me up, took me to an alley. He said they held me back. One nigga went to punch me. I ducked. And he broke his fucking hand on my. He said, he broke his hand on my fucking forehead, you bitch.
Golly, worth it at that point if he got to break his hand for it. Fuck it.
Yeah, but he was out there doing his thing, so he ain't gonna go tell. He can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? But this kid, like his mother said, he said, I know these women be out here talking about my son was a good boy. My son was a good boy. But she was like, my son was really was a good boy. You know what I mean?
That's the vibe he gave off, just from the little bit of like footage and like just his aura around him. It didn't seem like he was into no fuckery.
Right.
You know what I mean? The kid skateboarding, he good into like the arts and like photography and shit like that. Like it seemed like a kid that just keep to himself and make stuff. He more of a creative than like a troublemaker.
Right. Exactly. And I'm just sitting there, and it was just sad to watch. You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting there like, and it's been a while, right? And they just released the body cam footage, but I'm sitting like, all right, so they don't have no dirt on this kid, right? They ain't find no gun, they ain't find no weed, they ain't find nothing in his car, right? I ain't heard shit about a record yet. You know what I mean? I ain't heard.
Because if he had one, it would have came out.
Oh, it came out automatically. Everybody's favorite top cop would have been. He would have been harping on that shit. And current.
It took me. I know.
And according to Stuff Colonel, apparently he made a video trying to throw them some bail a little bit. You know what I mean?
Trying to throw the cops a bit?
Yeah, man. Apparently. I got to go watch it. But, like, it's crazy. You can't excuse that. And then some people's like, well, it's a training issue. And at first I'm like, yeah, you're right, because they young. They was 3 years and they on a tech squad? Usually that's for seasoned vets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But then
I'm
like,
a nice chunk of change to put under your belt to get on or something like that.
Right. And then I'm sitting there like, nah, that's not a training issue. That's a vetting issue. They just horrible people. And they just having to get on the force. And they got their little gang up. All right, we gonna go out here. We can do whatever we want. They was on their street king shit.
100%. 100%. Because they probably felt that they was above the regular cop. Like, that's full power trip. Like, if another cop says something to me, I'm on his ass. Like, what's up?
Right. We are walking, talking, exigent circumstance. Remember that shit when Carmen said that shit in the movie?
Yeah.
That's what they think they was, man. And it's sad, yo. You know, I feel bad for the kid. You know, I feel he got a 4-year-old son that's not gonna see him no more. You know what I mean?
Damn, I ain't know he had a kid. I ain't see that.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yep, 4-year-old kid.
Oh,
that's what makes it worse. But the thing is, guys, like this shit made national news, but this shit happen all the time. right?
All the time.
All the time. And like I said, I got homeboys, right? That's police. They've been police since high school or whatever. Cool, good police. You know what I mean? But they be calling out to you like, nah, yo, it's a lot of clicks in the police department. I got some homeboys that got out of there because of that shit. One homeboy, he like a year or so away from retirement, and he in like a suburb here in Maryland. And he trained cops to like how to respond to that. He's like, yo, they did that shit. He said the way they went about it, they just threw all protocol out the window, yo. They wanted to beat him up. They wanted to beat him up like that.
They did.
You know
they did. You could tell.
Yeah, so
you could tell that shit. That one, because like the only comparable video that we've had in recent times was George Floyd, but that one, the only similarity between those two is that it was cops,
right,
and a black dude,
right.
You know what I mean? And he ended up dying.
Yeah.
This was so different.
Right.
Like it gave off a real bully vibe. Like this was some, like I said, like we've been saying, it was some real personal shit. It was deep.
Stuff through the if y'all want to go see stuff through the Tatum video in the chat.
Oh God.
Video. Jesus. Jay and Jack said we need to look at the ties between them and the chief of police. Yeah, I heard that Shorty came from Atlanta. My man with Gully used to be in the chat. He was like, yo, she came from Atlanta and she got fired over that shit too, because she had a task force in Atlanta that was doing the same shit. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Jay and Jack, yo, yeah, they Rodney King that boy. They Rodney King that boy.
Man, it might be a stretch to say they almost Emmett Till. Like, it wasn't that extreme, but
I don't know. I mean, I think you're right about that. And I said that last night too. I said, yo, they Emmett Till that kid. They Rodney King that kid. They beat the. Yo, when I had to go to the other the blue light camera, that's what we call them here, the ones that's up in the, like on the street lights and shit, they got the blue light flashing. When I sat there and I watched that, when I seen them 3 cops holding him up while the one was just throwing haymakers at him, yo.
Yeah, bro, my man was tired.
He was out on his feet,
bent over, caught his breath, stood and just putting his whole torque. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, he was out on his feet, bro. He was out on his feet, bro. And it was just like, damn, I had to turn it off. I couldn't watch no more, you know. Just like, and then I saw the initial stop. I'm like, okay, but I don't see y'all pulled out on him. Like, it wasn't like you pulled him over. Y'all pulled out on him.
Yeah, you just jumped
cut him off, and then you pulled him out the car, you know. And I'm just like, nah, they was up to no good from Jump Street. And you can 100%. Tell they do this shit all the time. And I wouldn't be surprised if more people start coming out like, yeah, they did this to such and so or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there's that one video of the dude that came out. It's the only video I've seen where anybody like even insinuated a previous experience with these dudes. Another black dude, and he was talking about how they pulled up on him at the gas station. He ain't had no drugs on him or nothing. They pull up on him. Pull up to the car, guns drawn, like, yo, I'm gonna put a bullet in your motherfucking head. Where the guns, where the drugs at? He was like, bro, I came over here to get a pizza. I don't have nothing. And then by the end of that interaction, he was like, nah, we just fucking with you. So he tried to call internal affairs, never got in touch with nobody.
Yeah,
and now this, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, no, we just fucking with you. No, they wasn't. You know what I mean?
They was trying to get you.
That shit. Carolina G said, I like Donut Operator. Donut Operator posted up all the badge cams. And the pole cam shit just was dead wrong from the start. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that. I do like Donut Operator. He do call it how you see it. He's
objective.
Yeah, he definitely ain't no Tatum. You know what I mean?
No. I don't even think Tatum no more, bro.
Right.
Like he gone, bro.
Yeah, because he used to be all right, yo. He used to be all right to watch, yo. And then like when the money, he just can't not back the police even when they wrong. He just can't not do it. Like when the turn me off the yo was when the Ahmaud Arbery shit, when he started throwing bail to the 2 dudes from Arbery shit.
That was the straw that broke the camel back on that one, because even as more information was coming out, like he leaned in and stood 10 toes down on what was clearly bullshit.
Yeah, and I don't even blame HJ for like going at him like that in that debate. Because
that was warranted.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bro, you did wrong on this. I remember shout out to Bryson. I like Bryson, right? you know, but Bryson had his spaces, and he was debating people on it because he even thought that the McMichaels was in the right. And I went on there and I did my thing where I just asked questions. I already know I ask questions, but I kind of make you trap yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I was asking him, like I was like, you saying that they didn't pursue him, you know? So how did they get in front of him? How did they cut him off if they wasn't pursuing him? You know what I mean?
The only way you can say that he did something wrong was for you to be watching him,
right.
And then you caught up to him. That's pursuit.
Yeah, and then I'm
just
like,
by definition, that's like, come on, man.
Right, and then I had to explain like the aggressive shit. Like, I'm like, nah, cause I know me. If that was me, and I see some niggas up ahead with the guns, I'm not about to get fucking wrong turned out this bitch.
Hell no. Hell no.
No, we fighting. You want to take me down? We fighting. I'm going down fighting. You know what I mean? Similar to like being here in Baltimore. If a nigga rob you mask off, you better fight because it's you know there's a high chance he gonna shoot you after he rob you because you didn't. He ain't
expecting you to be able to say nothing.
Right. You know what I mean?
Who said that? Fucking French Montana. If his mask on, they coming for your ice. If his mask off, they coming for your life.
Yeah.
It's facts.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's sad. You know. One of my homeboys I played football with, he just lost his son, 15 years old, yo.
Damn, bro.
Shot on his grandmother's porch. Shit crazy. My sister called me with that story. I was like, damn. You know what I mean? 15,
that shit hit different when you got kids and you hear it, bro. That shit.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah, I always tell my daughter keep her head on the swivel.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know what I mean? Keep your head down,
bro.
keep your nose clean. Yeah, it's just sad, Joe. It's just how it is. But
even then, like you just said, keep your nose clean, keep your head on this. This one showed that don't even matter.
Right.
To some of them,
right.
That's just if it's the wrong place at the right time with the wrong people, and they have the right motive, that could just be it.
Right.
That's terrifying, especially when these supposed to be the people that you call to help you in time of emergency.
Yeah. JFB48 says, I'm not sure how to describe the feeling I got hearing him yell for his mother. Same here, yo. Same here. That shit almost made me shed a tear a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit hit you in your stomach. It's different, bro.
Especially when you know that he was that close to his house.
Right.
You feel me? It was just that shit was brutal, man. But like I said last night, you know, hope his family find peace and hope they get justice in this, man. They and the dickheads out here robbing and looting. I'm like, yo, they got prosecuted, they got fired. Now I wouldn't have let them out on bail. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have let them out on bail. But like, let's see if the system, you know, do what it's supposed to do before you be out here doing all this dumb shit. And even if it's that, go for the state. You don't go for people businesses. You know, you got a problem with the state, take it to the state. You know what I mean? Don't be out here, you know, robbing and looting other people's businesses and shit like that, talking about they got insurance. Insurance don't cover that shit all the time.
Right, exactly.
Insurance
and
don't cover
if anything, they got insurance, the state coming up off of that.
Exactly.
You helping them up.
And then the insurance gonna go through the fucking roof because of this shit.
Because you see how they hyped up the way the media was just like, oh, we're going to release the footage on Friday at this time, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
During that whole time, the way I'm thinking, talking about insurance is like, okay, so now they know, let's put out claims and make sure all the policies is good on this whole neighborhood.
Yep.
And then here they come. Boom.
Yep. What's Shorty name? I can't remember the lady name. I got to look up one day. We gonna revisit that video. It was the lady that broke that shit down, how that shit go. I forgot her name, though. I got to look that shit up. We going to do a video on that. But yeah, so like I said, man, hope his family find peace. That shit's sad, man, and I hope they get what they deserve, yo. You know, I know back in the day, and I know it's still some thorough people out here that, you know, them cops might not make it to the trial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's some Old Testament shit right there.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. You know what I mean?
And they be right. You like, even if it happened and they got in trouble, like, they'd be right in it.
Yeah.
Because this one was just wrong, bro.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, it's just, you know, I hope don't nobody in this family take their law into their own hands. But I've seen that shit where they, you know, street justice. You know how that shit go.
Yep. You
know how that shit go.
That's how you make a Frank Castle. That's how you create a supervillain.
Yep.
This is the origin story.
Yep. Exactly. Facts on that. That's exactly how you make a Frank Castle, yo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see what we got else we got on here. Let me see. So So Shazam, yo, Zachary Levi, came out with a tweet. My man came out with the tweet and said that he don't trust Big Pharma, yo. He don't trust Pfizer.
He was smart. He waited.
Yeah,
waited till the movie was done. That jump about to drop. You're not gonna not drop that jump now.
You can't not drop it.
Touch him. You
right.
can't touch him.
Right. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Where's that shit? I had it pulled up. Let me see. Let me type it. Let me do this real quick. There we go. And he left it up on his Twitter. Which,
he should. That's
I
respectable.
Right. Because, a lot of people would have just backtracked that shit.
Right. As soon as he caught some flack and people like, oh no, they're coming. They're going to try to cancel me. Let me take it down and apologize. Here's my apology tweet. Here's my video.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Let me see. Where's your... Let me see.
Yep.
Which one is this? You are source 3. I got to clean up my OBS. This shit is...
OBS got a mean learning curve to it. Once you get it, it's cool. But as soon as you start adding stuff to it, shit get weird.
Yeah, I add so much shit that I just forget, like, to delete it. You know what I mean? There we go. Put you in here. Boom. There we go. Resize this real quick. Wow. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, so Lyndon Woods says, do you agree or not that Pfizer is a real danger to the world? He says, hardcore agree. I was like, oh shit. And then like the left, I'm like, he about to lose his job.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be in the third one if they try to make another one.
Nah, he ain't gonna be in Shazam versus Black Adam or none of that shit.
Nope.
He ain't gonna be on Justice League.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like,
nope.
But I'm like, damn, but he's standing his ground. Chris Pratt was another one that kind of stood his ground as well.
When he won that award and he was up there talking about God and the belief in it, he leaned in his respectfully too. Right.
They tried to come after him too, but he ain't do no apologies. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that why can't people have their opinion, right? He has his opinion. That's where he stands on it. Just like Letitia Wright, that's where she stood at. She said, I ain't taking that shit. Right? She stood her ground. Right? They still end up making the movie based around her. You know what I mean? But they wanted to cancel her. They wanted to get her out of there. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if it's because she had the right shade of skin and they they so woke that they couldn't get rid of her for that shit.
Right.
Or what?
That would double back.
Right, exactly. Now you got Zachary Levi because I think they canceled Henry Cavill from being Superman now, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I'm like, if they cancel him over some dumb shit, like I think his shit was like he said said was misogyny, which it wasn't. He basically said some truth shit, like
that was the reason. I thought it was some contract shit. I didn't know that they saying he said something.
Well, a couple years ago they was pissed at him because he said what do you say nowadays you can't even tell a woman that she look nice or some shit like that without getting labeled sexual harassment or some shit like that.
Yeah,
which is the truth, right? He ain't lying about that. But like, but they was on his neck for that shit. You know what I mean? And then it was always Rocky about him being Superman again, which didn't make sense because he was in the Black Adam
at the end
scene. You know what I mean? So, and I thought he was a pretty damn good Superman.
I did too. He held it down in what was it, Justice League?
Yeah, he did. He
held it down. That was fire. That last fight where he was like the Flash was trying to swing on him, and he looked at him. And Flash was like, "Oh shit!"
Now that's another one right there. The Flash. They still releasing his movie, and he was holding kids hostage.
What?
His ass is on the run. They want him to do time, bro.
What? I ain't heard this one.
Ezra Miller.
I did not know this.
Yeah. You ain't hear about that shit?
On, bro. What's his name? Ezra what?
Ezra Miller.
What, bro?
And they still releasing the movie. I'm trying to find it now.
Second degree assault in Hawaii. Whoa.
And he was like, I think they said he was grooming.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. Screaming.
I'm gonna have to look more into this. Yeah. I didn't know this. Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Oh, DC struggling, bro. They already struggling to just make good movies and keep up with Marvel, but this is like, damn, dog.
Yeah, here it go right here. Check this one out right here. That's what to say. The Flash star Ezra Miller avoids jail with plea deal for unlawful trespass in Vermont. Ezra Miller agreed to a plea deal to avoid jail time related to an incident in which they allegedly stole alcohol from a neighbor's home in Vermont. Oh, this is something separate.
Dog, yeah, because the one I just saw was talking about some shit in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's some new shit.
He all over the place, bro.
Yeah, he doing some craziness. Like
this nigga's a menace.
Right. Yeah. And they was like, we still gonna what's this? World of Real, what's this? They're just gonna pretend. They're really just gonna pretend like Ezra Miller didn't do anything. What was that? Warner Brothers to return to Super Bowl. I don't know. They trying to hide it, but like, yeah, he can't. Yo, he did like he was saying he was grooming.
That's wild.
Yeah, and they still coming out with the movie. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, really? But then it's was it James Gunn doing it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And James Gunn has said some questionable shit. I would just say he made some jokes in poor taste. You know what I mean? He made some jokes in poor taste about like kid sodomy, I guess, for lack of a better term.
That shit ain't funny.
No, it ain't. And this was like a few years back.
You can make jokes about misogyny, women, race, whatever. When niggas be joking back, that shit not funny to me.
Yeah, because that's what got him kicked off the Guardians of the Galaxy at first, was the shit he was saying.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Man, he's Holly weird, bro. Them
yeah.
Struggling. They be on some shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Jamie Deluxe on YouTube. He used to put that shit out on Front Street, and YouTube canceled his channel, his first channel.
Oh yeah, if he was pressing that out, they got him out of there.
He had this shit called Blind Items. He was doing this shit called Blind Items, where he would like, I guess allegedly some entertainment lawyer was like putting these things out in the public, like kind of giving clues and hints. Like, I guess couldn't come out and really say it, but he would give these clues and hints, and then it was up to you to figure out, you know what I mean, who it was. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fine. That's a dope concept, though.
Yeah, he was putting that shit out there. He would start to figure the shit out. Next thing you know, channel gone. Same thing with the Truth Cat. The Truth Factory, gone. They canceled her shit. She out of there.
I mean, as much as that sucks, because that'd be people's livelihoods and the amount of time they invest, it almost has to be gratifying in a way, because they wouldn't get rid of you if you weren't doing a good job.
Right.
But it still sucks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, but people don't see it. Like, they don't see it like, damn, why y'all cancel the channel? So he was talking about this shit and y'all fucking got rid of his channel? Damn, there must be some truth to it.
Right. It's like, why are you trying to hide it?
Right.
Because now you affiliated with it, Susan.
Yeah, exactly. But they just think they're above it all and they can just do what they want. We see now, like with the WF and Davos and them, they just out here and loving every minute of it.
They don't care, bro. And I'm like, as fucked up as it is, bro, I tried to put myself in as close as I could to their shoes. Mm-hmm. But if I was telling you what I was gonna do and then doing it, and you still infighting, and I can make anybody that talk about me seem crazy or whatever, I'll do what the fuck I want to do too.
Yeah. Yep.
Why not?
Yep. And I be tripping because like every time I see this shit, I be watching, I be looking at that shit and I'm sitting there like, yo, Bill Cooper was right. You know what I mean? But now they just don't care no more. They just out here in the streets and they like, yeah, so what? Y'all know we exist.
Exactly. What you gonna do?
Right. Ain't gonna do shit. We gonna keep it pushing.
I drop a video right now, some racism shit. Y'all be caught up for the next 4 weeks. Leave me alone.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? He was talking about them meetings up in Switzerland and Behold the Pale Horse. You know what I mean? He was explaining that shit back then. People ain't listening. You know what I mean? But yeah, with the Ezra Miller,
it was fiction, bro.
I didn't even like Ezra Miller as the Flash show.
It was weird. He was weird.
Yeah, I was like, why didn't they just use the dude from the show? I like him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I like him. Ezra Miller was kind of weird. Then it made like he was fucking ice skating or whatever, rollerblading. Like when he would run, shit looked weird. Yeah, it looked so crazy. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I mean, now I will say that the what was the Justice League? What was it? The one that was fucking 4 hours long.
Oh, you talking about the gray one?
Yeah, I forgot.
Black and white drink.
Yeah, that one I liked it because it touched on the Speed Force and how that shit, because it kind of tied into that ending where Batman, it was talking about essentially injustice when Superman lost his shit.
Yeah,
the Joker
killed Lois, made him kill Lois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, all right, that's kind of dope, but I'm like, I said Ezra Miller, I can't get with him as the Flash. You know what I mean? Then the way they made the Flash, they made him weak. You know, he was scared to act and all sort of shit. I'm like,
it's awkward.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I don't like this.
Because in the show, the Flash, he was that quirky, funny.
Right.
He was like almost like Green Lantern in a way. Except he knew he was fast as shit and could travel through time.
Yeah. Thanks, Saw. Saw said it was the Snyder's cut. Yeah, the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut. Yeah.
Appreciate you. But yeah, it took me 2 days to watch that shit, yo. I just kept falling asleep on that shit.
Same.
Man, but back to Zachary Levi though, man. I'm happy he's speaking out. You know what I mean? Like,
Same.
I just hope he don't backtrack, yo. I legit just hope he don't backtrack.
Honestly, if he ain't done it already, because you know his manager and whoever else then called him, he reading the comments, unless he doing it the real way and just was like, I'm gonna mute this conversation because I have the option to. So I'll never know.
Right, and we don't even know his politics for real. He could just be He could just be based on this one particular thing. You know what I mean? Because you gotta be willfully ignorant to sit here and not want to admit that there's some fuckery afoot. You know what I mean? Because even with the release of the Project Veritas stuff, right? YouTube still went into red alert. Did you see that leaked email that came out that was like,
I saw something about it. I didn't read the whole thing, but I saw it on the timeline. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can't make it. I hate when people. I hate when you got to take a screenshot of a screen because you get that weird shit. So basically, to sum it up, because they released that shit on the 25th, they released it the day we was on Tim Pool.
Okay.
So by the 27th, they was like, nah, we gotta kill every video about it. And
oh wow.
Yeah. And so what they did was say that it was quote unquote medical misinformation is what they used to get them a strike and take the video down.
But how you gonna say the nigga that worked for Pfizer?
Exactly. Okay.
It's not like James O'Keefe was up there saying, he was like, listen to him. This is what he talking about.
Right. When I read that, I was like,
really, nigga?
Like I was just sitting there like, yo, like how, like this dude, he's spilling the beans. He worked there, right? And I'm like, how can you say that's misinformation? I don't understand that. I don't get that, right? And it said effective immediately as of January 27th.
Wow, bro.
All agents working on medical misinfo cues. Rapid response.
They done sent the Scorpion team after.
Bruh. Yeah, they sent the Scorpion team after them, yo. Like, that shit's crazy, yo. This is breaking. YouTube Insider leaks urgent guidance document sent to employees on how to handle the Project Veritas Pfizer directed evolution video. Effective immediately as of January 27, 2023.
Well, in a way, they kind of have to, because they spent 2.5, almost 3 years kicking and air people off the platform. It's like, if you go back on this, you gonna owe people money. Yep. You're gonna owe them their channels back. Yep. This could open the door for lawsuits.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of have to lean on it, as much as we know it's wrong. But this is the bed they made.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like I was just like it's like, what is it, the from 1984? What is it? The
Thought Police.
Yeah, the Thought Police, right? Where they just memory hole and shit. You know what I mean? This shit is crazy, and it's
happening real. It's real life, bro.
Right, it's happening in real time. Like, they want you to don't believe what you just heard from, and then not only that, they trying to disappear the dude. His whole,
they gonna get him out of here.
his whole social media, everything. They trying to disappear this
The
man.
LinkedIn.
Everything.
They gonna get him out of here, bro.
Yeah, we couldn't even find that shit.
They gonna get him out of here.
But check it, y'all. We're gonna continue this this conversation over on Rumble. So we got 24 watching over on Rumble right now. We got 18 over here on YouTube.
Batman.
So I'm about to put the Rumble link in the chat. Let's see. I like this new what's the name? Now I can see both chats. So the link is in the chat, and I'm putting it in the description. Head on over to Rumble. We're gonna keep talking about this this Pfizer situation.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you. I was like, I know you doing both.
Yeah.
So I gotta be careful with what I say.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna take it to Rumble for a Rumble exclusive, and we can be real liberal with our words. That's the only time liberal is a good thing.
Right.
Shit. Anyway. For Hotep Wit, this is the end of the YouTube one. Head on over to Rumble. Hit that link in the description or in the chat. Until next
pleasure, my brother. To Rumble we go.
Yeah. Until next time, YouTube, is Cannon Hotep saying, be blessed, stay strapped, and don't miss.
Stay with it. Stay with it.
There you go.
Stay with it.
We holla at you.
So relax and take notes. Niggas